So sometime last year, I came across an article titled The Binance Curse. Now, it basically said any coin that gets listed on Binance only crashes. Now, there's an article that I want to go over in this video because it is very interesting what is happening or what has happened with Binance and a couple coins on their platform. I also want to get into some Coinbase related coins because Coinbase did list a few meme coins, but instead of skyrocketing, they only went down. So what is really happening with meme coins? Is meme coins just finished at this point? And I'm also going to talk about Toshi at the end of the video because I know that some of you have been asking me to do a update on Toshi. But before I get into the video though, if you're looking for a great crypto exchange, make sure you check out my link to BTCC. You get 10% bonus on first time deposits, extra bonuses up to $10,000. It requires no VPN, no KYC. The link will be in my description down below. All right, so let's start off by talking about this right here. Traders pledging to boycott Binance in uproar after $3.9 million. $3.9 million in meme coin liquidation. That is crazy. So Solana meme coin Act 1, the AI Prophecy Act, crashed 55% in less than an hour on Tuesday as millions of dollars worth of positions were liquidated on Binance. This has led to a campaign across social media to stop using the popular centralized exchange. My gosh, that is insane. And the hashtag boycott Binance, right? So it says, traders believed these liquidations came following the exchange changing its leverage and margin tiers. Put simply, Binance increased the amount of collateral traders needed to keep leverage positions open, both long and short. Users who did not adjust their margin accordingly saw their accounts liquidated. In the hour following the change, according to CoinGlass, over $3.89 million worth of ACT positions, mostly long contracts, were liquidated on Binance as a token tumbled 55%, causing a cascade of liquidations across other exchanges, including $785,000 on Bybit and $612,000 on OKX. Over a 24-hour period, according to Dex Screener, ACT fell 66% from 179.4 million market cap to 60.5 million market cap. That is absolutely insane. Absolutely just, it's unacceptable. It's just completely unacceptable. Like, meme coins have already been so devastated, and now to make things worse, Binance is just screwing up. Now they do have an explanation, which I'm going to get into in a second. But if we take a look here at the price now on Act 1, it's sitting at 5 cents with a market cap of 54.9 million. So the disaster continues to happen for this coin right here. So anyone holding this have just been completely devastated. Like, it's just a nightmare for Act 1 holders right now. But Binance later claimed in a blog post that the drop was caused by 4 users selling approximately $1 billion worth of ACT on the exchange, adding that it is opening an investigation into the incident. Yeah, I'm sure. They say, we understand the ACT community's concern regarding today's unforeseen price action and want to clarify that these market movements were out of our control. Well, they're not going to take responsibility. Of course not. Like, why would they? But Wintermute, people are blaming Wintermute as well because they actually got caught in something. So it says here, as the token plummeted, market maker Wintermute was caught in the crossfire when its trader saw that it was selling ACT amid the chaos. Specifically, there were 4 sales from the firm's public wallet on Solana decentralized exchange, Radium, totaling $255,000, but this was then followed up by 15 minutes later by 3 larger purchases of ACT via Binance, totaling $377,000. It's a nightmare. It's a complete nightmare for meme coins right now. And this space can't deal. Like, it's like, how much more can a lot of these projects really endure, right? But I don't hold any Act 1, and this is actually my first time covering it. There are other coins that was affected by the Binance disaster as well, but they didn't get as hit as Act 1. The other coins fell like 22% and I think 16%, but it wasn't as brutal as Act 1, right? Now, let's get into a couple coins that Coinbase really recently listed on their platform. Now, one of them, well, actually, I've talked about both of them on my channel. Not that much, though, maybe like 2 videos on each of them. But the coins that Coinbase listed is Dog in Me and KeyCat. So it's officially live on Coinbase. Now, let's check out their performance, right? So let's start off with Dog in Me because this was actually added to the Coinbase roadmap first. All right, so Dog and Me was sitting here at $13 million market cap on March 12th. It got added to Coinbase roadmap, went all the way up to $119 million. That was a pretty sizable run. That's the sort of run that we expect on low cap meme coins once they get that Coinbase listing. But ever since that, it was added to the roadmap, it just traded sideways a little bit, then started to just make its way down. And then it officially got listed on Coinbase and it made a nice little pop all the way back up to 106 million. And ever since that, it's just come crashing all the way back down. So people obviously did the buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing with Dog and Me, and that was to be expected, especially during these sorts of market conditions. These sorts of market conditions, you take whatever you can get. If you are fortunate enough to get into some of these coins early, right after Coinbase said they're going to list it, then as soon as you get that initial pop, you take your money and you run away, right? Now, looking at the price action on Dog and Me is currently sitting at a $39 million market cap. Where do I think this thing is going to go? If I'm keeping it completely real with you guys, I definitely think we're going to fall at least to 31 million. But if I'm being completely honest, I think it's going to come much lower. I think we're going to see it going down to at least 23 million and maybe even back towards its lows of around 13 million, which happened before it was added to the Coinbase roadmap. That is on the table 1000%. So hopefully you guys did take your profits, because you're not supposed to continue to hold after the listing, because and you've been through this many times before. A lot of the times it's just buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing, right? Now let's get into KeyCat here, because this one got added to Coinbase roadmap, and probably about 3 days later, it wasn't that long at all, it was listed, it was live on Coinbase. Now, the performance of this one, so March 12th, this thing was sitting at 14 million. It eventually went up to about a $70 million market cap. Ever since there, it's just come crashing all the way down. Now, I bought KeyCat a long time ago. I think I initially bought it at a $60 million market cap. And once it got that Coinbase, once it was added to the Coinbase roadmap, I was like, let me see if this thing can actually make a nice sizable run, maybe go up over 100 million, maybe get lucky to do a Toshi sort of run where Toshi went from, well, maybe 20 million to like 900 million or something like that. I was hoping for that, but like I've said, I don't remember if I've said it on this channel, but I said it to my Patreon members, a lot of investors is looking for that Toshi sort of run, and because of that, it probably just won't happen. And KeyCat, it did not happen whatsoever. So I ended up getting out of my KeyCat position completely at broke even, because I realized that I just wasn't going to make any money off of this. Because after it was listed officially on Coinbase, it didn't really move. It went up like maybe 6%. I saw Dog and Me went up maybe like 30%, 40%, 50%, something like that after it was initially live on Coinbase, but KeyCat didn't move. And I said, that's a bad sign. That's a warning sign to me. So I exited this position completely. Meme coins are all about these listings. After the meme coin get the listing, it all comes down to the community, and there are so many meme coins in the space where it's extremely difficult to tell which meme coin is going to make it. So I'm trying to trade a lot of these meme coins that I hold, because unless you are really confident in the community, it's very risky holding past the Coinbase or even the Binance listing. Now let's get into Toshi here, because a lot of you have been asking about what's happening here with Toshi. So if we look at the price, right now Toshi is sitting at a $100 million market cap. And like I said not that long ago, after that Coinbase listing, this thing went up to a $950 million market cap. The run was just parabolic. Everybody was talking about Toshi. It was the hype, like the #1 trending meme coin at the time after that Coinbase listing, but it the price came all the way back down, right? Let's take a closer look here. Where can Toshi potentially fall? All right. So where the price is at right now, if I'm being honest with you guys, it is at a support level. But because of Trump's tariffs and all that type of stuff and meme coins and even the AI related coins, they've just been completely devastated. I see a lot of the RWA coins performing pretty decent though. But Toshi right now is at a resistance area or at a support level. You see this little marking? I don't know if you guys can see it, but I drew this in quite a long time ago. I'm not sure when, but this was an area where I said Toshi could potentially fall to, and right now it's sitting exactly at that area, $100 million market cap. Do I think it's going to break? The problem that I'm seeing with Toshi right now is I'm not really seeing any real sideways movements. Like it was $212 million market cap on March 12th. And then it's just been a very, very slow bleed out. I do think it is possible where we could actually break that area. Ooh, if that area breaks, we're coming down to about $45 million market cap. Let's hope that actually holds up. It's very hard to tell right now because the markets, people are extremely fearful and they're trying to take as little risk as possible with a lot of these coins. Now, if you are holding Toshi, hopefully none of you bought at the all-time highs. I talk about FOMO all the time, and if you guys have been following my channel, I really hope you guys haven't been FOMOing. I say just because someone is covering a coin, you don't know how long they've been covering that coin. So don't be FOMOing in to these coins at all-time highs. Always look at the charts first before you decide you want to buy these coins, right? But Toshi right now sitting at 100 million market cap. This area needs to hold. It is extremely crucial. If you see Toshi fall below like 98 million and you're trying to add to your Toshi bag, personally I would look to add around the $15 million market cap. And again, if this area where it's at right now does end up breaking, right? Anything is on the table. I'm seeing whole tons of altcoins break support, break support. You're like, okay, this should be the bottom. It breaks support again. So it's not Toshi's fault. It's not any of these meme coins' fault. It's just the market fault and what we're dealing with right now. These just are tough times in the market. And unfortunately, we're going to have to get through these times to get to that next level in our portfolio. But you guys need to remember, not every meme coin is going to recover. Some meme coins are not going to recover at all. And your $100, which is now sitting at like $5, and I'm not talking about Toshi or any of these meme coins. I'm just talking about like certain random coins, right? If you bought certain random meme coins, the community isn't big or anything like that. Your 100 that turned into $5, it's probably going to end up turning into 50 cents. And that's me being honest with you guys, right? And it might never recover, especially if you go on the X account and the developers are no longer active. It's going to get really, really bad for that meme coin, and it's going to remain in your portfolio as a constant reminder of the mistake that you made by FOMOing into a coin without actually doing any proper research and without you even looking at the charts. Like, it's just the way that it is. We all go through those lessons. I've gone through that lesson before. I still have meme coins at the bottom of my portfolio. You guys have heard me say that. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out a few of the links that I have down below. And until next time, take care.